Hello,
Hello.
ladies and gentlemen. We
Welcome
apologize for the fucking delays, and I'm sorry for swearing, but my casters are putting me under a lot of duress, and
It's
so
your
we're getting
own
ready to go
fault.
live,
Get out of
folks. We've
here.
got Mentality and Froyotech all set up and squared away to get us underway for this match. It's getting live right now. They're picking their sides. Morris, who are you
Let's
looking
do it.
at?
I'm probably watching my boy Habib here, cause he beat me in a pub earlier today, and I trust him to smash this game. All right. I'm ready to see a really solid rollout. See Mew not run Pyro to mid. But yeah, I mean it's. How much do you want to bet this mid is just straight up a Froyo roll?
Honestly, this is just, like a curse, like a jinx. Like, every single Froyotech match starts with a medic dying and them winning the mid fight. So we're going to see right away May walking up to Habib, who's trying to get some stickies off. Going to immediately get mulched by May, but not going to be long before Eric quickly picks him off as a retaliation. Going to have to run back to the cafe, but does not escape because Max has his number. But now Banny and the rest of the soldiers are playing defense here. Aim, waiting for arrow, gets picked off right before it connects. And Nursey and crew will have to back out. Mentality are not to be trifled with here. And they keep their medic alive, no less. So they are going to be steamrolling their way through because Banny cannot solo 3 players.
It kind of seemed like maybe like the flank of Froyo was a little bit too aggressive on the right side there. The combo was not at mid yet, and Eric and his brother on the soldier class, whatever, his counterpart were just way too deep on their own Tetris, and just took way too much damage. Didn't quite get back out in time. And from there, it was straight up just the heals game. But we've got Mew in on last year, coming right through dungeon, totally unnoticed. Gets close, but doesn't quite land the shots. Froyo instantly ramming him down. Dead very quickly, but we do have Patty up on the spy. Maybe going to be ready to make a play before the flank comes back up. Oh my god, Eric just an inch away. But Patty is taking this very slow. Banny moves his gun up, so we just kind of wait and see what Patty can do with this little spy play.
The timing has to be immaculate because Nursey's in the particular layout of this this team formation makes it so that Nursey is very
in position.
What? To a spy, and then Banny's just going to single-handedly pick him off, not even paying attention to the rest of the bombing soldier Kryptonite.
Vac that boy. What the heck?
So immediately we're seeing Blaze trying to make his way forward here through the shutter, throw out those stickies, but not quite an opening to jump in. The rest of the Froyotech, however, move forward with their scouts. They're immediately getting onto May, who's going to die, so no stickies to contend with, and the Uber gets forced off from Bear, getting very low on health, so the exchange is happening on top of his patio. Right away, Mentality are not in a good position here. They need to start backing up because there is just way too many numbers to contend with. Froyotech are not giving up. Baird gets taken down, and follow-up from Habib takes down Max with very low health on the soldiers. It's going to be pretty much Patty to initiate some kind of a play here. We'll see if he goes for a hiding spot or just opts to back up the rest of the squad. He does not. And so Blaze can be clearing the way here over to the cafe, clearing out the players, and now Mentality have no control of mid, and Froyotech are ready to move forward.
Yeah, absolute steamroll. I'm not quite sure what Mentality was trying to do, taking that exchange so long. I mean, they were already a player down. The Ubers were pretty much even, and Froyo had that positioning. I mean, they had that positioning well before the Ubers ever got traded off. I mean, I feel like Mentality had the time to get out. They should have known, like, there wasn't anything winnable about that fight. And Froyo just immediately collapses right in the end of the Uber. Taking mid, absolutely no problem. Bear, I mean, was actually behind a couple of his teammates on the way out, and is dying at the end. Is going to give Froyo a pretty decent ad here, and they're gathering up at choke on their way through right now. Going to lead on Habib, right onto Spire. Going to find Max right away. Solid. Patty going to clean up the counter, but he's gonna get die in the end as well. Most of Mentality making their way out. The Uber has been forced, but Mentality actually looks like they almost want to fight this. They're just very close in lobby. Taking some damage, but Bear now at 90%. This should be an Uber coming back into 2, and Kryptonite looks like he's leading the charge.
But Banny's putting a lot of pressure here from the battlements, and Eric also picking up Kryptonite here is going to make it very hard for the rest of the team to push forward, and they are way too much at risk of a backcap here. Froyotech are very notorious for snaking their way through if you don't have all your players alive, and Mentality need to wait for these respawns, so now they're just going to be playing defense. Froyotech are once again in the forward position, ready to make something happen here despite being at a disadvantage. But now Mentality, knowing that they have a little bit of time, might be taking this opportunity. Very small window to get in here. Kryptonite's going to be walking through the battlements before AIM forces them off.
Nursey at 99.
Down on Nursey, and the Uber pop does come out.
So just like instant, I mean, if it had been even 2 seconds faster, they might have been able to drop Nursey there. But Nursey gets that Uber at the very last second. Mentality Uber's already over when that Froyo Uber gets popped off, and they're all committed. Yeah, not even the NG left behind on last. And that isn't, I'd call that a pretty easy round win for Froyo. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, you lose a mid, but keep your mid alive. That's all you really need to turn things around. So going into this next mid, we're gonna see if Mentality can pull the same kind of tricks up their sleeve, you know?
And actually, May gonna get there really early. Where's Habib? There he is. Right, just barely coming through choke now. Patty really aggressive, gonna take a ton of damage though. That might not be good for this mid. Kryptonite now following up as Patty dies. A little bit too late on that. Blaze now very aggressive as the rest of Froyo gets in front of the enemy cafe. Habib going down, but Mew and May also dead. Back Max and Bear, they see the writing on the wall. They're out of there a long time ago. Benny on the chase, but unless Max, yeah, no, they're gonna go back to spawn. They're totally safe. Ooh, unless Benny sneaks in here. No, they know.
But the rest of froyotech are not far behind. We do see the soldiers spamming from the right side while Benny's trying to make his escape. Blaze kind of locked it up. Oh no, Nursey! Very disconnected as there was just a brief moment where there was no one between Nursey and the enemy team. Thankfully though, Nursey was able to make an escape. froyotech are now poised and ready for a stalemate.
Gotta capitalize on those mistakes, Mentality. Next time. Yeah, now it's just Froyo stacking up, and we're just waiting for a sack here, let's be honest. We've got a gun up for Mentality, and yeah, this should slow down. Unless Froyo are very aggressive in on their left side. Eric all the way in, getting some damage on May, but yeah, actually able to find Patty at the last second, trading out for Eric in the end. And it looks actually, well, Mew is going for the big play in Dungeon. Or at least he peeks for it. He decides better of it. What is he doing? He's back in. He's on Nursey. He hits one shot. He hits another shot. Oh, but Banny is on it. Mew down. Patty about to respawn. This could be an opportunity for Froyo with 2 players down just for a moment. But maybe a little bit weary of the sentry. They're just going to back off and maybe try to play a distraction before getting in. Although Aim and Banny in on the flank along with Habib, putting a bunch of spam into this gun. And actually, Blaze comes in from right side and gets the force on the Bear. No problem at all. We're trying to get Patty into lobby here to maybe get the force out of Froyo early. He's going to get Eric low, but the rest of Froyo is totally safe. With Patty now trying to cap off 2 while Froyo Ubers into his last, this is not looking great.
Yeah, he's immediately crushing these players who are disconnected, but the cap almost goes off on the Lighthouse. Meanwhile, Kryptonite and Patty have managed to succeed in defending this last point, so a lot of potential here for Mentality to work their way out. They don't have enough heals quite necessary to push forward, and as a result, Banny with the rest of the heals are going to be pushing over to the left side here. Kryptonite trying to stop the onslaught coming through this door, spamming it out as best he can. May getting set up. The heals are now ready for Mentality, and we'll see that they have managed to stabilize things.
I'm surprised Froyo didn't push that. They had, what was it, 3 Mentality players down and like not respawning for 6 seconds? Had all their players ready to go, and just I guess they just prefer to play the Uber ad. We'll see if it costs them though, because Max is up on Engineer. He's building the gun on the right side. Which, I mean, I always feel like you want to take the fights that, you know, with players down as opposed to like hoping that you can kill the gun quickly. I don't even think they know where the gun is yet. So the Uber's in, and yeah, forced off really early. Let's see if they can catch anything. Bear on 65. Banny gonna try to cap the point. Is anyone from Mentality gonna get on it? Mew saving it at the very last second, but steps right back off, and Aim is there to capitalize. Almost a really clutch defensive Mentality. They kited that Uber really well, but they were not really on it when it comes to defending the point, which is, you know, the goal of the game.
It's the secret.
Yeah.
Tinfoil hat on. You just gotta play the objective on last, and you always win.
That's a true fact right there. That is 100% a true fact. Patty taking a lot of damage early in this mid again, and Kryptonite going for the exact same bomb as before as well. Actually, Mew is going to find Habib on that space. Going to get traded out for May, but Mentality have the advantage so far. Let's see what Blaze can do, coming in from the bottom from his own cafe, getting eaten alive by Max, and it's now Patty on the bell tower, having complete control of high ground. With 2, this is pretty much even, because Mentality have to cap off mid, but they're going to go for the aggressive play anyway, trying to get through choke. Aim there to meet them. Mentality that's the right move. Backing off. They got a player capping. They got another player spawning. Oh, but Patty going in for the really big bomb, taking Eric really low, but nowhere near Nursey. And with Kryptonite also in deep. Ooh, that's not great. No soldiers from Mentality. And then Froyo now looking to make their way in through Cafe.
Yeah, one of the big things here is May's a little bit disconnected, finally going to be meeting up with the medic, but the bomb comes in from Blaze, doing a very nice sync Not quite enough damage to connect. He only hits one of those rockets, so Bear not really too afraid. Does have to pop, of course, but no drop. That's good. Mentality are on their way out. Max, the last player to kite on this midpoint, but Nursey still has Uber, and that's going to be a big issue for Mentality.
Yeah, just dropping Banny straight away on the Uber. Knows their nose, there's no reason to pop there. They've stacked up through Cafe now. Kryptonite down to half health. Patty going in for the bomb right on the Cafe to try to find something. Takes Nursey down to less than 40 HP, but she has no fear. No popping. They're forcing Mentality out into back onto their own lash without ever having to use it all. Max is now desperately building a gun, but it didn't mean anything last time. And it's in the exact same spot, so I don't know. I think Froyo have a really solid chance here. Patty not even in the spawn as the super comes in. The gun doing a little bit of damage, but really just going to delay Froyo finding any other frags. But Mew's down. Patty's super weak. Froyo has some really good positioning here on the top right. And Mentality are just kind of like losing a lot of health. I mean, they have the reset, but I feel like they shouldn't be so weak. Froyo maybe rethinking it, backing up a little bit, but Habib's still super deep. Eric actually finishing off the cap as the Uber finally comes out from Bear. That's going to spell the end of this last push for now, but it is going to leave Froyo with a 40% advantage as we get ready for this next fight.
Yeah, actually, froyotech looked really committed there. Banny was still playing very aggressively, you could say, at the choke point, getting ready to move in if he saw an opportunity to cap. But they back off now. They do have a 50 ad, which will definitely be coming into play here very shortly. We'll see how they want to approach it. Right side didn't work the last time they did it, but, you know, I feel like froyotech is stubborn enough to keep doing it. They actually are rotating over to the left, it appears to be. A lot of heals, but no, they've once again opted to go to the right side. No stickies to worry about this time, though, and Habib immediately jumps in, throwing some stickies onto the sentry, does get reconnected with that Ubercharge beam, making its way over, mulching all these players inside the corner while the rest of his team gets to the point, caps it off. 3-0 is the first half.
Very
what could be 4 halves total in this match.
Hopefully we get at least 5. I would love to see 5. And you got to give Mentality some credit there. I mean, that second round where they just kind of forgot that you need to defend the cap and lost it right away. They learned their lesson, or at least they tried to. But this time they didn't kite hard enough. And losing 4 players of the Uber, never a good situation when you're holding your own last. And yeah, they get eaten for it. So, I mean, credit to them. They're trying to adjust. They're making steps. They're getting there. They're just maybe over-adjusting a little bit too much. And Froyo, I mean, with the game sense, I didn't see anybody scouting. I'm surprised they knew the gun was hidden on that right side. But they took the Uber right into it, took it down right away, and that's, I mean, about as good an Uber as you get on that last round.
Quick stats breakdown, because my senses are tingling that we're going to have a short half. Top damage goes to AIM right now. Also, leading in frags will be Habib and his scouts, Eric and Benny, not too far behind. Big damage coming out from Banny, just outshining Habib by a little bit. Top damage on the side of Mentality is Kryptonite, who is also tied with Max for top kills at 6.
Yeah, but Froyo clearly leading the way. 55 frags to 21. See what happens in this next one, though. As we do roll out, it is Habib beating May to mid by a long shot this time. But the rest of Mentality here at the same time, we're kind of trading off to getting to their own cafes. Just taking some high ground, putting some spam in, but it's Bear, the first one down? What the heck?
It's not a good start for this. froyotech is already wrapping around this shack, making their way onto the bell tower. There just seems to be Max underneath, making his way up to AIM. Does get taken out with Blaze, and that's a full wipe. An ace mid. We don't see those very often here in Invite, but you hate to see it.
Yeah, hate to see it. Not a single frag for Mentality. I mean, I wish I'd been paying closer attention to Bear. I just wasn't even expecting him to be relevant that early in the mid. Both teams are stacked up on their own cafe. I'm not really sure. I mean, he must have just eaten a pipe or something. But the rest of Froyo in on left side, Ubering right in. Mentality super close to this Uber. But yeah, Froyo finding Mew and Patty. And Banny's already in the last cap as 2 finishes. Mentality trying to come back out of their spawn to contest, but it's too little, too late. Round number 4 for froyotech in record time.
Indeed it was. I don't want to be rude, but I refreshed the page and I saw it was a 4-0 when I went to see the stats page. So the fact that they got a round in before the STV caught up, or yeah, for the stats was just unfortunate. May right now, though, gonna be setting the pace with an easy 2 sticky to take down Habib. And with Blaze going down as well, it looks really good for them. But no, May goes down while Aim, excuse me, is making his way around the horn. Does manage to get a little bit of damage onto Bear, who's on the crit screen right now. And that's a full wipe from froyotech.
Yeah, almost a shame they're running the crits, because now it's going to be kind of a wild card pushing last, especially if Froyo has time to build the sentry. But really, really strong mentality. Gotta give him credit for that one. Yeah, Benny up on the engineer.
Defense from Banny is going to be countering this crits, whether he knows it or not. And,
they've got it
waiting for their demo. May, who's a little slow to the front lines. Going to be meeting up with them just now.
Oof, and they're taking their time too. I hate this. All right.
No, they got time, dude. Crits doesn't, even if they have Uber, Crips will work every time because
but it's the sentry gun.
First sticky. Now with this sentry though, doing a lot of work, and then the spam coming out from Habib and Aim, we don't see a lot of effort coming out overall from Mentality's crits. They're trying to get into this little 1v2. Nice little air shot from Patty there to set things up.
Patty winning the round.
That was a nice 2v2 there. Eric got taken down with some little scout spam. It's not scout spam, you know, taking good shots. And then following up onto the point to get the air shot. 4-1, and almost as quick a round as the previous one.
Yeah, fucking, that was I mean, excuse me, freaking. It was really good for hacking. There we go. It was really solid for mentality. And I mean, Patty hitting the big shots. You gotta love it. But now we got mentality. Patty in. Kryptonite going in for the follow-up. Froyo is playing this real passive though, just trying to eat those soldiers as Eric peeks in below, distracting a little bit as Aim gets in through the flank. Patty and Eric trading out as Mentality tries to get across the point. Gotta just stop Blaze on the bell tower, and they do so successfully. And it's Aim trying to come up for the follow-up as right after Blaze gets cleaned up, but he's not quick enough. And Mentality are ready, even with the crits, trying to catch Nursey, who is on 80% Uber right now. Oh, just barely missing it. May's looking him in the face. It's just Nursey left, going down right away to Max. They're gonna have to finish off this cap on mid, but this is looking like a repeat of the last round. Exciting stuff. Let's see. Let's go mentality.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things that I think whenever you're arguing with someone who has like poor logic and like makes no sense, like the best way to win an argument is to also make no sense, because you can't trump illogic with logic, and so naturally the illogical things are countering froyotech's logistics. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're doing the textbook
like
TF2, and they're getting mulched by these crit screen plays, which is almost ready, by the way.
We'll see, though. Only 3 players left. This is dangerous ground for mentality. Even with crits, even critical hits. Patty's right on Nursey, though. They get the crits off. Oh, no. Ooh. It's just Patty left. Yeah. They were ready for that crits that time, and they eat Bear immediately. But I do agree. I mean, that was like a whole thing in World War II, right? That was part of the American handbook. The enemy can't know what we're doing if we don't know what we're doing.
That's drunk kung fu.
Exactly.
That's drunk kung fu.
Mentality playing the chaos play really, really well, and they're actually going to try to get aggressive back through Cafe right away. They're going to find Blaze immediately on to Aim as well, down to less than half HP. Going to get the Uber off from Nursey right away, but Bear is very close, has a very high potential of getting caught out here, but they're actually no fear right back into mid, dodging Froyo as they're in Cafe, coming right back through choke. Banny now really low, trying to fight a 1v1 with Patty, going to win it on Bell Tower as Aim is finding Kryptonite as well. It's Nursey and Blaze trying to meet up with their spawns. Nursey and Habib trying to meet up with their spawns, excuse me, as Blaze comes back in to try to keep them in this middle fight. If this fight lasts a couple more seconds, Froyo are going to have the spawn advantage, and Mentality are going to look like... Ooh, actually, they get the crits. Scratch what I was saying. So Meg popping off the crits, not hitting anything, except for Aim, maybe, who's on this back line trying to find something. Along with Eric, actually, who's on to Bear. Bear going really, really low as Blaze tries to come in to follow up. Patty trying to maybe salvage this fight, but there's nothing for it. This is going to be a froyotech mid. Baradactyl on maybe a quarter HP right now, running for his life. Out through the shutter, though. He's safe. We're good. Froyo now going to cap up to with a full Uber ad, but Mentality at least have a chance here.
Yeah, Blaze is clearing the way through lobby right now. Opening up the dungeon push, which has the Uber. Banny now catching off May, who's in the back lines, but wasting almost the entire Uber for it. We'll see how Habib also manages to pick up the sentry gun. Keeping eyes on the right side here. The soldiers really can't get in from froyotech. They're actually both going to go down here. Aim just rotating over to the heels, actually, so there is one soldier in play. We'll be able to jump to the point and pick up some frags and finish the cap for froyotech. 5-1 is our Sunshine score.
Dang, that got exciting at the end though. Hopefully, Mentality have learned their lesson from this map. They'll maybe get a little bit more nuts for they were playing conventional those first couple rounds and they got punished for it. Yeah, I mean that last fight was just, I mean it's tough against full UBR1. There's not a whole lot you can do. It's unfortunate, but well, you know what? Go for froyotech. They're showing what it means to play good TF2. Good on them. But hopefully we'll see some good chaos play going in this next map, I think. And which is Gully Wash? All right, solid.
Gully Wash. I can't do a Sea Bear impression. I'm sorry. I retract my position at teamfortress.tv. There was no respect in that impersonation. I apologize.
Can I tell you a really dirty secret?
Oh man.
I don't know who CBR is. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. If not being able to impersonate him gets kicked off, I'm fearful for my life right now. I don't know who he is. Old caster, or let's look at these stats, I guess. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, pretty clearly. We got Habib at the 345, Aim at the 375. Yeah, a lot of Froyo pounding a lot of damage in here. Looking nobody on Mentality below 200, so I mean that's plus. But pretty clear cut, I guess.
Okay, I've recomposed myself. I've forgiven Morris.
Oh God, okay.
For his grievances against Sea Bear. It's all good though, folks. It's okay. Everything's okay. We're gonna get through this night, kicking and screaming if we have to. Morris, these stats don't tell the whole story. We saw it. froyotech is in control here, frankly. I mean, Mentality showed up to 1 or 2 mids, but notice pretty much only mids they won were where May outplayed Habib. The first mid instantly killed him. One of those later mids, there was a really quick kill onto Habib. And so without Habib's damage, which is the biggest thing, when you see Habib play these mids, he dumps a lot of damage into a lot of different people at once, or he does no damage. And the mids where he does no damage because he dies, well, those aren't really going to work out.
It's true. He's good at the game. I mean, yeah, I mean, Habib dying early is really solid. I also want to see maybe a little bit more passive play from the Mentality soldiers. I mean, one of two things needs to happen. Either Mentality need to get their scouts across the point a little bit faster when their soldiers bomb, or Mentality needs to not bomb. Because it seems like on these mids where Mentality does lose, I mean, not only is Patty not dying, but their soldiers are so aggressive way before the rest of their team is ready to go. And they just kind of lose it right away. With their soldiers, like Patty will be down to less than a quarter HP within a couple seconds by the time his team is just getting through choke, or just stacking up on the shed. I don't know. I guess on Gully Wash it's a little bit more I don't know. There's kind of a straight line. Like you have to either go up your own ramp room or you have to go up the enemy ramp room. So I mean, maybe not super relevant on this next one, but especially with how hard it is. I mean, it's all in the demo to control the nipple on Gully.
Yeah, nipple control is one of the biggest things in TF2, frankly. But yeah, you mentioned it. Demo is another. I think Gully Wash is probably, well, I think Granary is more of it, but Gully Wash is definitely the number 2 map for demo makes or breaks the mid. Because it's very easy to just get a quick bomb or flank onto the demo before he's even ready, or even as he's getting there. If you're just a tiny bit late, you will get caught out. You will get rushed. And if you're too fast, you might be disconnected from the rest of your team and overextend, and then you also die. So you got to find the middle spot as demo man, and that's going to really be the deciding factor on whether or not you're going to be alive for that mid.
For sure. We got to see these demos and the rest of the team being able to play around them real quick. I'm expecting we're going to probably see some bombing the enemy choke kind of shenanigans early on these. I know, especially from Blaze, we'll be seeing some really clinical bombs coming in. But it's going to be really, I mean, I think on Gully, I mean, sure, it's on the demo a bit to kind of figure out exactly what speed he needs to be with the rest of his team. But especially in these Mentality scouts. Scouts are so important on this Gully Wash mid. I mean, if a soldier can bomb in your team and doesn't instantly die, your team is gonna get locked into like that little cubby area beneath the there's the ceiling there, all right, right next to the choke. You will get caught there, and you will get murdered immediately. I think these mentality scouts, Max and Mew, are both gonna really just need to hit some sick shots in this next one, especially in these mids if they're gonna have any hope of making it, into a map 3, or at least a half 5. Maybe.
So, I think we can go to a quick music break. It won't be long, maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Just a short break, folks. We'll be back into the swing of things for our next match, which will be Goalie Wash. Players are getting into the server right now. We have the SDV, but we need a quick water break. So you should also get some snacks out there, because this is definitely going to be the closest map at least, of the set. I think there's definitely going to be a lot of potential here for Mentality. So stick around and we'll see you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we have mended our ways. Morris is now familiar with who Seabear is.
Jesus.
It's all water under the bridge and water
God.
under the goalie wash because that's where we're at, and we're ready to start, getting underway. Except for the fact that the teams aren't ready, but
You really have to embarrass me like that, like right away? Oh my god.
that's what you
Dude.
get for disrespecting Seabear, dude.
It's not disrespect. I'm sorry. Show me where the
That
altar
man
is. I'll
was the
pray.
grandfather of TF2 casting.
Whew. All right.
Anyway.
Well, I'm nipple hairs away from losing my mind here.
No.
This game is nipple hairs away from starting.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, that's pretty. I'll give you that one. It was. As Bear finally readies up, we're no longer nipple hairs away from starting this game. We are full nipple goalie wash mid starting this game.
Full stringy nipple hair all over this game.
No.
Okay. I think I'm gonna be watching Blaze on this mid. I think it's gonna be an all Blaze mid. I just between drop down, between the big bombs into the chokes, it's gonna be a roamer mid. I'm calling it now.
Roamer mid is called out, and I'm looking at Blaze. He's getting prep. Doesn't have the buff he needs to get started, but he's just going to be going right for it. Holding the underneath, getting some early chip shots. Just looking at players, getting some nice damage on the Bear early on. Going to be immediately getting ready for the bomb as he rotates underneath. He's going to be calling it out for his team. He's trying to bait some attention from Mentality before pushing. He does go for the bomb right away. Gets onto the Demo May. Quickly takes him down with 3 rockets and gets another follow-up direct onto the Scout who's getting healed up. The rest of froyotech are now getting into position at the choke. They have spotted out Max underneath the point, and Mew also playing around this. Gets the winger jump. On top of that, Nipple is going to be peppering aim before getting seasoned by Eric from underneath. And that's going to be the end of that Mentality mid. But Max is behind very deep.
Yeah, I think I can sense some salt in Mentality's wounds here too right now. And this is a full Uber ad. They had no chance there. It just Patty and Kryptonite both going for the super aggressive bombs, and Patty, I mean, jeez, I mean he had a good effort before dying, but Kryptonite, dude, I mean Banny just 2-shot him right away. And that was pretty much the end of the mid immediately. It was a rumor mid, let's be honest here. Kryptonite getting mulched totally lost the mid for Freyo, for Mentality. Oh, actually, hold on. Freyo have been forced as they come through choke. Thank you to Kryptonite hiding above the choke. And wow, Mentality actually maybe even trying to contest this is Habib going down to a trap, Blaze going down to Mew, and Patty now getting super aggressive in the choke. They're going to find Banny, and it's just Nursey running away totally alone out choke. She's going to be safe. She's getting out big door. She'll be okay. But Mentality, wow, no problem at all. Getting back on the mid. They're not capping it though. They're going for the forward cap, I guess.
They want to immediately lock out any potential for froyotech right now. They want to get into this forward spot. And meanwhile, AIM, who read the situation perfectly, was hiding inside the battlements, was able to get the force onto Bear as they were making their way into the big door. And now, with just no players left in the forward spawn, they've all back spawned now. And Nursey sitting at 30% ad. This is going to be a really tight window for Mentality if they decide to want to dry push this while Habib is down.
Yeah, they're not going to get a chance to push this into last, even with those picks, unfortunately. Oh, and actually, Max and Kryptonite going down as they make their way in the lobby. They're going to have to get out. They're going to have to come all the way back up to choke and give this up to Freyo. With Mew even trying to make a little bit of a play, trying to see if you can find anything as Freyo pushes their way in. But no such luck. It's all up to Patty now, jumping right onto Nursey. Oh, solid 2 rockets. Nursey down. Mentality out safe with 70% advantage. And actually coming right back into the choke with no fear. Max taking it really low, getting punished a bit. AIM now trying to come in for the follow-up, trying to find Kryptonite, but he's going to get out safe. Thank you to his own good jump. But here comes Banny into the drop-down, coming up through the elbow. Going to get spotted out by Mew. Going to win the 1v1, but now the Mentality is aware. They're going to come back and clean him up. Patty and Kryptonite versus Banny in the back line, while the rest of Freyo tries to come in through choke. Bear going super low. Oh, he didn't have to pop, but he does. And that's going to be a Mentality force as Banny's still on the back line.
He's meeting up with Max, getting a couple shots in. One more chip shot is all it's going to take. Oh! Max playing with fire here, going to get picked off here, and Banny picks up his 4th health pack of this life even, as he makes his way over to the big door, making it back to safe enemy lines. Habib getting piped there by May means that there's no defense really coming out from froyotech. They're going to have to actually even lose some other players here if AIM gets pressured a bit too much. does manage to make it out through the river in time, but Nursey moving up top to the balance might get cut out here. They are finally backing off here. No Uber advantage to speak of. In fact, Nursey's in the lead, so we're seeing our first stalemate, and this is the legendary stalemate. This is the 0-0 season 15 of Mix-Up versus, I believe, 4G at the time? HRG?
I think it was HRG around that time. If I recall, I was like, yeah, whatever.
Maybe.
But
they're who Seabear was.
I've heard of High Rollers Gaming at least, I guess. But they're making their way in. They're actually even posturing up for some sacks now, maybe? They got Mew in through lower, going to make a little bit of a play onto the point, trying to bring some players back. Hopefully it's a Soldier Bomb at the same time, but they're just going to opt to kill the Sentry instead. Mew down, probably going to see a counter bomb in from Froyo. AIM maybe trying to peek a little bit too hard for the sack. Here comes Banny, super aggressive along with AIM, actually fighting Kryptonite, but he winds up getting traded out for Blaze. And Max actually a little bit too close to River now too, so that's 3 players down for Mentality now. Mew just now spawning, but probably not going to be enough to hold on to this too, as yeah, here comes AIM, doing a decent amount of damage on onto May, but not as much as he takes himself, needing an arrow from Mercy to just barely survive. Patty now in for the counter force, and actually on his way out he's going to find Habib, finally dying as he tries to find something in lobby, but that's going to salvage this fight for Mentality for now as they come back into refight. It's Mew and Banny again on the flank, but Eric is here to back Banny up. May's having none of it, going to quickly pipe Eric down, and now it's Mentality all over this high ground as Max now in the background. Max is on Spy? Wait, when did that happen?
Your guess is as good as mine. It feels like this fight has been going on for so long. He's actually been going all the way back and getting a quick change of class here. Habib, though, not having the best game of his life. Very much dying frequently from what I've seen. And Mentality not in the best position to capitalize on it because Max is on Spy and they had a 2-man advantage, or a 1-man advantage. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, but Nursey doesn't have anywhere yet. I mean, we got to see if we'll find anything, because Banny is reflecting all of this ground that Mentality's trying to take. But they do find Blaze and AIM on the flank in the meantime. They just got to regroup for a second, get a little bit of heals, get Patty up above half HP at least. And here they come right back in. We've got Mew trying to cap off the point, but they're going to get the force out from Nursey. They're not going to win this fight for now. But if they play this right, they might get a chance to come back in right away. And even if they don't, they'll have this Uber ad. Eric just barely getting it over his life while Nursey finds Patty. Actually, Eric going to go down in the end. And that's going to signal Kryptonite to come right in through River, do a really large amount of damage on a Nursey. And we got Max trying to beat the point again, taking 1v1 of the AIM. Going to win it. Blaze is here to follow up. And now Mentality managed to survive. Really, that was actually a strong play. It didn't work out, but I really love that aggression. They managed to get Bear out alive, even after going for the really big brain play and losing it. But they're going to come back in with like a good 50% ad now. They need to get in the lobby soon, though, or else this ad's going to dwindle.
But they're actually going to be popping it quite early. Getting on to Habib, though. Habib is going to be a very crucial pick for this last push, especially because there's still just a little bit of cap time still on that point. They are going to be able to pick up Eric as well, but this defense is slowly forming into a full-on hold. And Nursey grabbing the Ubersaw is not going to be enough because, believe it or not, playing the point on last wins you the push.
Talk about Mentality learning the lessons from the past. I mean, doing exactly what Froyo did to them. I guess to be fair, they thought they had a player contesting the point, and then he died, and then they got Uber. So it was pretty hard to know to contest. It's kind of unfortunate. But now we got Froyo coming up. Actually, Eric and Benny both trying to play the enemy choke, and they're gonna pay for it. Habib down, Eric down. Froyo is struggling to get out through choke now. Kryptonite trying to wait for an arrow before he contests it. But yeah, they're not going to find Nursey because of that, but they do win the mid pretty roundly, and they should be able to take 2 off of this as well. They're just leaving Mew behind a cap, everyone else getting in deep. Nursey and Banny and Habib are all out to their own last, but we're probably going to stalemate here on the Froyo 2 again. Liking what I'm seeing so far. Even Ubers, no off classes just yet, so just got to settle in, wait for the sack.
Sounds like something my girlfriend said to me before she broke up.
Wow. No.
So now that the stalemate has fully sunk in as a horrible decision on the team's part, I can't believe they would decide to do this to us. We are looking at a lot of aggression over here in the the river here. I do want to see if Kryptonite can pull off some nutty distance. He's going the distance. He's going for speed, and he's dead.
All alone in his time of need, going down, and it looks like Froyo actually getting super aggressive with Blaze all the way in. Bear pop. I feel like he didn't have to pop there. I didn't see his exact numbers there, but it seemed like he had a decent amount of health. But he gets popped off. Nursing now coming in for the follow-up through river. Actually, with aim going down, this could be something for Mentality, at least. Max and Bear trying to fight Habib and Big Door. Max abandoning Bear, going right for the back cap, and Froyo has no chance. This has got to be around. Blaze coming in, contests it at the very last instant. Mew trying to come in for the follow-up. Oh, it's Mew versus Blaze, but Mew's like 2 HP. Yeah, Mew's is 6. There's no way. Wow, that was a tragedy. So close.
And they can't even stop second. It was just Banny defending. There were so many players on last, and they were just too chicken. They had the heal. Oh no, Bear was only just respawning, that's why. My mistake. There was no heals to come through, so obviously they could not contest. And with Patty jumping for the big door, not connecting any major damage, not going to be helpful. Banny desperately trying to dance around these spam rockets. Eric on 1 HP! Just barely missed 5. Banny also getting very low, going to air it up and making their way to the point here. Blaze going down though. Not going to be good for their forward presence.
I'm sorry. I'm still mad that Mentality haven't won this round already. I cannot believe Blaze got to that point in time. That was ridiculous. Like, he had it. He left his medic behind. He had the math done in his head. Millisecond room for error there. I mean, whatever. Froyo are in. They've got a decent ad. Although actually 10% away from Mentality. This could be a disaster if they play this right. Kryptonite now very low, as Eric getting all the way in through choke. Now on Rock, making ton of space for Froyo. Blaze now taking the bomb, taking Kryptonite low again, but it's going to be Blaze the first one to die. Yeah. Oh wow. Actually, Mentality they forced off their Uber, but they've done a ton of damage to froyotech, going so far as to kill 3 players. So they'll get mid off of this. But this is going to wind up being another Uber ad for Froyo, who already have Uber, as a matter of fact. They just got to wait for their spawns before making a move. I really wish Mentality were, like, going for a sack play right now. Mentality were, like, all stacked, or no, Froyotech were completely stacked up in choke with, I mean, 3 players down. That should have been a really good opportunity, but too much respect from Mentality. They're going to just hold mid, and here comes Aim in through lower. Ooh, Kryptonite down, too. Ooh, geez. Yeah, Banny in. Aim in, Blaze in, Patty down, Max down, too slow getting out of choke. And it's just Mew and Bear alone at Shutter right now, trying to survive. No such luck. That's got to be around for Froyo.
Yeah, they're getting things underway. They've had that Uber since the second point on their second. And now they're on the opposing team second, pushing into last with that same Uber. Froyo Banny clearing the stickies above the door very patiently. Maybe option to go through the balcony as they make their way over to the point. They're going to start immediately taking down the soldiers here. Kryptonite not going to be able to get much done as Eric waits for him. Banny on the point here. May can't get the angle quite right, and nothing will stop this cap. froyotech are bringing it back, and it's a 1-1.
Well, you know what? On the bright side, 10 minutes in, it's 1-1. Good Mentality. This hasn't been a whole lot of Froyo memeing happening so far, so this next mid, it's going to mean a lot to Mentality if they can actually hold it together. So we got Blaze getting aggressive here now, right on the Bear as he tries to get through choke. Bear crazy low in elbow. Oh no, Habib finds 2 stickies in a row with Bear down right away. We've got to see Mentality get aggressive if they have any hope of catching Nursey on this mid. But May's on the floor. It's Patty going for the bomb, but he's not really going to land anywhere near Nursey. It's Max, Kryptonite, Mew, Kryptonite in drop down, but for Nursey nowhere near drop down. And Banny has heard him coming up. No luck for Mentality on that mid. Bear, I mean, that bomb from Blaze just came in so early and kept Bear from getting into a safe position. And Habib was ready to follow up on it. I mean, those sticks came in instantly. The second Blaze couldn't do anything anymore.
Oh no.
What's happening? What's huh?
A whole flank coming in while Mentality is up in the battlements right now. Here comes the Uber immediately picking off Bear and then falling up onto the Mew on the point, trying to work his way around the propane tank. And that's going to be the end of him. Moving back into the point here, though. We'll see how this great sentry will work out for them.
Yeah, they do have the gun, but with no heals, I don't think the gun's gonna make that much of a difference. I mean, Habib's still up, so it should die pretty quick. Although, no, we got the spawns up. We're okay. We're safe. We've got another like 20-30 seconds before Froyo gets the Uber ready to go. But the gun is down and Max is off of Engineer, so it's gonna make this last hold a little bit harder. Blaze actually already in, trying to get the cap on the last, surviving for forever, but finally goes down and Banny overextends a little bit, trying to support him. But we'll see what happens. It's Max versus Eric. Oh, but Mew's there to support. 3 down for Froyo. And even with the super ad, they really don't have a chance. I mean, their only chance here is back cap. Otherwise, Mentality need to cap this too.
Yeah, making the way back to the point here, clearing the way as best as they can. Mercy's holding on to that Uber desperately. Here comes Blaze walking up to the point. A little bit of damage off the Kryptonite, but Mew picking off aim before getting taken down as a 1-for-1. Has pulled a lot of back and forth, but froyotech getting the better of it right now, and Bear disconnected from the rest of his team. Going to be making the escape through the river with just about to get Uber. If May can survive this, he will not. And with only 1 Uber saw needed, it's not going to be enough. The cap will go to froyotech, bringing it back again to froyotech's hands.
It's a massacre. It's a massacre. Mentality had everything going for them in that second fight. Just, I mean, a little bit too cautious. I mean, I get being slow. Habib's up. There's traps somewhere, but you just gotta go forward, man. If you lose a player, it's just 5v3. Just a little bit too much fear there. And now we've got Blaze on this mid, going for the big flank right into May. Gonna catch him, no problem at all. And Mew dying while he tries to contest the nipple. Nope. Bear's gonna get out with his. Well, maybe Bear's actually really close to the choke. No, he's linked up with Max. So unless Froyo get through this big door with no contestation, Bear's out safe and sound. On his own last, but he survives. Oh, Kryptonite going down really late. That's probably not great. Patty's not up for a minute. Just play it safe. The cap's not up yet. There's no need to die right now. They still haven't capped 2. Max trading out for Banny. For Aim's still in on the spawn though. Ooh, Bear really low. If not for the Banny bind, Bear would have been down there. Here we go. Aim down. These frags are going everywhere. I don't know. Mentality are going to stabilize their own last. Only 80% Uber, but that should be close enough to get this Uber before Froyo push in. Although they're contesting?
Yeah, no, the soldiers are already up to the battlements, and Habib is spamming like his life depends on it, trying to lock these boys in the battlements, and Blaze is quick to bomb. Quickly falling up through this river. It's going to be a lot of pressure on Mentality to push forward, so they're going to have to back out instead. While Nursey on that full Uber is getting ready to push froyotech through and break on through to the other side.
Poor Max. His little baby sentry gun, not going to find anything. Dead before he could even really get a chance at life. So now it's all on Froyo. Froyo ready for the little back cap.
That was a very deep, like, abortion metaphor there. Like,
God damn it.
Morris, we're in the middle of a game, not your political agenda.
It's what happened, alright? I'm reporting the facts. Which, another fact, Mew is currently fighting a 2v1 with Banny and Eric underneath, and no luck there. Gonna die. Now we got Froyo really deep underneath here. Eric actually gonna go right for the cap. It's all on Max to stop it, as the rest of Mentality has to stop Froyo trying to come in through river. And they kinda do, but they have to pop to do it for some reason. Even with Eric dead, this is gonna be a full. Wait, hold on. Mercy doesn't care. It's a 3v6, but we have Uber charge. We're going for the play. Oh. Alright. Well, Froyo win that round.
It was a nice pushback. I mean, Habib just kind of pushed forward and scared them enough. Even just like his presence was enough to scare him back. And then the scout was able to just walk up to the point and finish it off.
Whew, yeah, I don't know.
Or excuse me, Nursey was the one who captured it. She saw that, you know, they're locking him out. What am I going to do? I'm going to stand on the point instead of Ubering my teammates.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happened, but it's not what should have happened. 6v3 and you lose the fight? I don't care if they're invulnerable, man. You gotta have somebody ready to contest the point there. You got... oh well. That's a shame.
Already going live. I'm ready to cast my first mid of this match. Feels like it's been forever. Whew. Long rounds. That's not a comment to you, Morris. This has been a long round.
For sure. No, that was like a good 20-minute half for Mentality. Good on him. But
and
here we go.
taking a lot of damage from May. It's gonna set him back a little bit here, waiting for the heals. But the aggression for Mentality is not enough, and they're all locked up in this big door. And good damage from Aim is gonna be sending everyone packing. They are so weak, and May is desperate for these heals. Eric taunting on the point. The cap is almost finished in second is in froyotech's hands.
Hate to see the disrespect starting to come out from Froyo. Taunting on the point. Next thing you know, we're going to have Crits Kriegs on the field for no reason. We're going to have some Shade-style Crits on the field. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Bear survived, and we've got a sentry on that, so we should stabilize here. But Froyo have shown they don't really care about Mentality's defense. They'll just walk in and win. With the sentry gun down, let's see what happens. They're kind of stacking up in lobby. They're trying to peek in. Yeah, like I said, no fear. They're right through Shutter. And actually Mew dying in the meantime before the Uber even gets popped off from Mentality. And with Patty really low as well, this is probably going to be a recontestation from Froyo. And yeah, Banny's ready for the recontestation. He's under lower. He's with Eric, who's going to go for the follow-up on the back cap. Kryptonite super low versus Kryptonite. The rest of Froyo are trying to make a play, but actually dying in the meantime. Eric down, aimed, about to die. He's going to barely survive with his life. They do find Bear in the middle of all that chaos on last, though. So we'll see what Mentality can salvage from that fight.
Meanwhile, Patty, greatly timed bomb. Nursey with the game sense, the forward eye, the third eye, I should say. Foresight to know that a soldier might be coming. Does manage to avoid almost guaranteed death from Patty. And now with Blaze also locking up into this lobby, we're picking up some nice damage, but instantly taken down by Kryptonite. And Mentality are now taking this opportunity to get into the point and finish off this cap of Banny with Nursey at 95%. Has something else to say. Kryptonite comes in, does not quite connect a very good rocket, but the follow-up from Max is going to get the force, and now dancing for his life, going to delay that Uber for just a moment, which is everything Mentality needs to get back on the last.
I mean, decent force, but I mean, even with that force, that was basically just a good Uber. They killed 2 players of the Uber, even though it was on 2, and they find Mew in the meantime well. So now it's a 5v2. This is not looking great. We're still waiting for spawns from Froyo to show up, but they're just about here. And even as these spawns from Mentality come in, Froyo's already in. They're on the spawn doors. They do all the damage right away. It's just Kryptonite fighting for his life. Nope. Eric Heavy, clearly too strong. That's another round for
That
Froyo.
was the deciding factor, 100%. If you don't have a Pudis pushing last, what are you doing in Invite?
That's a good question. Losing to Froyo, apparently.
Meanwhile, May going to be locking up some early damage onto Banny. Knocks him right into his face, so May almost going down. Blade's going to be quickly following up with the reverse drop-down play, and now getting into the fray as he jumps over, connects into this little banana area, hits himself on the awning, I should say, but the rest of froyotech have managed to clean suit, clean house, and it's just Mew alive. Can they hit the air shot? No, they cannot. We did see Nursey go down there. I believe that was to the hands of Kryptonite.
Oh, but Nursey's gonna rise like a phoenix from the ashes with the critical Krieg. Hopefully
Craig?
Mentality... Huh? What?
The critical Craig?
Sure, why not? We'll see if Mentality are ready for it, though. It's... I don't know. Habib beefs crits, right? So it'll be okay. Actually, Froyo already aggressive, though. Not even waiting for crits. They want to take positioning in Big Door immediately. Habib and Aim and Banny, the entire combo are already here. And Mentality are ready to meet it. They're on top.
Oh, no.
This is actually going to be really bad for Froyo, I think. Mentality's in a good position.
Blaze.
What? Blaze? Where'd Blaze go? Oh. Oh, it's the Huntsman. Oh, it's the Huntsman roamer.
See, I actually think this is a good spot to do this because these are those kind of angles where you can just kind of take a spam shot and someone will unwittingly peek the choke. And it's technically worse than a sniper rifle because if you're a good shot, you just get the shot when they peek. This is just kind of relying on luck and doesn't really have a good reward. And
but
now we also
backed
have
up,
Eric
though.
setting up on the defense with a sentry on mid, making sure that Mentality has a harder time pushing into mid because they are also on Krieg.
Kill me.
Or excuse me.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
boy.
both teams are on Krieg.
I vaguely remember a game from like, it's probably season 26, 27, where Ascent just like parked the bus. It was on Snakewater. They were barely winning, but they were like a round or two ahead, and they got Rando up on Sentry on top of mid, and just stood there for like 15 minutes. I think it was it Bird Noises? I can't remember. It was around that era though. I'm not liking these vibes right now, man.
Yeah, especially because nothing's happened where an Uber would have made a difference, or not having an engineer.
Ooh,
But finally,
down.
Vanny managed to pick up Mew, catches him, you could say, as well as Kryptonite. So now, with one less Pokemon to worry about here, Mentality are definitely not in a good position. froyotech are definitely going to make their way in here as they start clearing the way. Habib's got the charge sticky, but he misses, doesn't call for it. Here comes the counter crit. The first one comes around the bend and picks up the sniper, so they don't have to worry about that at all. Now we see May setting up some precautionary stickies, but froyotech are not worried. They're going to be popping their zone right away. Does not connect, though. Habib coming out, and Mentality, thinking they have an advantage, are going to be walking into a sentry.
They got to know about the gun, right? Oh no, it's in the bush. They don't know. A ton of damage getting put out by my favorite player, the gun. But he winds up getting cleaned up, and the rest of Froyo is getting cleaned up as well. It's just Banny versus May in the big door. May with a nice pipe, taking down Banny like it's nothing. It's going to be an easy cap for Mentality.
See, this is a really good thing. Whenever you see these kind of like BM off-classing type things happen, it's really good to see them get punished with a wipe.
Oh, for
it tells
sure.
them, hey, you can't just steamroll us and win with bullshit. You gotta win us your way or our way. And it looks like Mentality wants to make it their way because they are ready, and they are willing, and they have a crit screen in River.
And Nurse's got nothing. We got the sentry gun at level 1, but if Mentality plays this quickly, this is going to be really solid. Yeah, the crit's already in, but Eric is here reflecting all those projectiles. Patty trying to find something. He does decent damage on Habib, but it's just Kryptonite and Blaze getting traded out so far, with Max down as well. Habib finally down. Here we go. Mew in, but the rest of Mentality not quite ready. Is AIM going to catch the rest of Mentality out before they can initiate this fight? Kinda. Yeah, he finds Bear. It's a 3v3, but these Froyo spawns are about to be up, so Mentality are going to find themselves in a world of hurt if they bring this in. Never mind, eating my words the second I finish my sentence. The Froyo spawns are up, but they weren't ready to contest the point. All of Mentality got out there at the exact same time, and that's going to be 1-1 in the second half. But yeah, 2-4 so far in the match. The Mentality, yeah, I mean that's best case scenario after those off classes. Immediately punished by winning the round. AIM now into the big bomb. Going to do a lot of damage under Kryptonite. And Patty's super low now in his own elbow as well. It's all up to Max and AIM, Max and Mew to make this happen so far. May is not really healthy enough to support right now. Blaze and AIM are both on the Mentality flank trying to make something happen. Oh, and Max actually finds Nursey as they go across the point. Blaze now down as well, but Frank going every which way. Oh, Bear a little bit too confident after Nursey dies. Gonna get caught out in the cubby. And what was, for just a brief, shining moment, really promising for Mentality. Froyo says, heck no. I'm gonna pick up those frags and win the mid.
Watch your mouth there, Morris. This is a Christian stream.
I do what I want.
And we've got a fucking ridiculous play coming out from Blaze as he's once again back to the Huntsman. Going to be showing that, we can win with BM, and froyotech are going to get punished for it. I can feel it. Here comes the first shot. Does connect onto Max here, and then a follow-up. Can he get an air shot with it, potentially? Blaze playing these back lines, just taking pot shots as best he can. Doesn't connect anything else right now, but May, full health and a medic. Definitely going to be contesting against this soldier. Eric. Wait, what?
Yeah, Eric on Soldier. I mean, Blaze is forfeited his right to play Soldier. It's fine. But Eric's got the brain. It's all good. Oh, Mentality spawns here. Ooh, big shot from Max. Don't know how much it's gonna mean, but Max hitting excellent shots. And actually, maybe even buying some time as more Mentality spawns come up. It's just AIM really in on last. Come on, May, hit the shot. There it is. And Habib and Blaze gonna have some trouble. Oh, May's down really low, and he's dodging his med's arrows. Okay, he survives. We're good. Everything's stabilized. We've got the Kritzkrieg up from Baradactyl, and Kryptonite is now trying to find some room in River. But really teetering on the brink there. Thank you, Max. What a shot.
Yeah, it's that age-old, curse where if you can dodge arrows, you can't get healed by your medic. And Blaze making sure that if you dodge my arrows, you can't get your med's arrows either. But the Kritzkrieg is almost ready for Mentality, and Blaze is going to be the one to stop it here. I can feel it in my bones. He is ready to stop the super with one shot, one opportunity.
We're gonna have to wait for it. I mean, Mentality need to go for something. They're on crits. You can't just chill on crits, especially not in your own last. But nah, there's a little bit too much fear. He sees Habib, doesn't really want to go for it. Max and Petty now working in tandem to force their way in through Locker. They're going to fight a little 1v1 with Banny, but in the meantime, on flank, Mew and Kryptonite are going to lose their little fight with the Froyo flank, and it's just Mew trying to fight another 1v2. Nothing going for that. That's going to be... Oh! 3 down for Mentality as Blaze finds that headshot. We got Banny on the point now as well. The crit's going to come out from Bear, but Nursey's got Uber, so this crits is going to be pretty much negated. Patty down. Well, one spawn coming up from Mentality, and Max up soon as well, but this is going to be a really tough defense. Actually, Mew winning the 1v1 with Banny. Kryptonite trying to get some damage in, but it's not going to be enough. It's just Mew against the world. That's the game for froyotech.
It's finally over. We don't have to pain ourselves through this ridiculous ordeal. We're finally through with the first set of playoff matches. Not much to say there. This happens every single playoffs. It's not unheard of. froyotech wins map 1. It was maybe a close game, maybe not. Map 2, it degenerates very quickly.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that first half was solid, and I would say the first part of the second half, it was solid as well. And I think Mentality, once they saw Froyo off-classing, I mean, it's, you got to get tilted at that point. It's just how it is. Like, because if you're losing as badly as they were, like, even if you do win that round back, Froyo, I mean, they stopped memeing for 1 mid, and then they were back in the driver's seat. I mean, props to Mentality. They did a lot better than I was personally expecting them to. They made some really solid plays, but something about the DM from Froyo is just a little bit, over the edge. And the coordination in particular. I mean, there were a lot of situations where the Mentality flank would just kind of die out of nowhere while the combo was trying to make a play. And that just kind of spelled the end of the play before it really even happened.
Yeah. On the bright side, though, there are some interesting stats we can extrapolate from the match. AIM breaking that 10k mark, showing that he's really actually been shining as a soldier ever since he joined froyotech. Do we know when AIM became a part of froyotech? Was it the beginning of the season?
Yeah, he's been here since the start of the season. I think he got picked up sometime mid-season, if I remember correctly. I don't follow it that closely, but I think that's correct. It was like right after Shade split off and decided he was going to do Froyo Black. They picked up AIM pretty quickly. So yeah, I mean, and the rest of Froyo has been together for a long, long time. I mean, Nursey may be new to this iteration of froyotech, but she's been playing with Habib and Eric for a long, long time. She's played with Banny before. I mean, it's hard to beat that kind of synergy, and it really showed today. I mean, again, Mentality, like, if they stay together, I mean, they've got what it takes, I think. But I mean, it's just tough. I mean, that's been the story for a long time, is that you've got all these teams that have been together for like 1 or 2 seasons, and then then you've got froyotech, who's been together, and then back in the day it was Ronin. Right now it's Froyo Black, which has a lot, a little bit of a mishmash, but decent experience together. I don't know. It's Team Fortress 2, man.
It's the game we play.
Yeah.
Well, I think that wraps us up, Morris. We can set this one to bed, just like everyone else, particularly Looster. Huge shout out to our camera guy.
Yes, my favorite camera guy, as a matter of fact. Thank you, Looster.
How sweet. So we'll see you guys hopefully very soon. We've got a big match, probably a little bit closer, but all in the same implications of being a role. Froyo Black are up against the other seed, Velocity, 4th seed, in fact. And then we'll be seeing that, I think, tomorrow? I think it is tomorrow at 11. So stay tuned for that, guys. If you want to get all that information, just go to teamfortress.tv to see the schedule. Otherwise, you can just follow us at teamfortress.tv on Twitch. We also have our YouTube. We upload them usually a couple days after they happen, so you can always rewatch your favorite moments live. And thank you all for joining us. Morris, any final words?
God bless. Have a good one.